this is the package. Flip it back over from Cricut. And I'm about to open it. So I'm about to open this package with my Cricut DTFs. Okay, are you guys ready? So this is parchment paper. That's how large it is. Next we have the DTFs right here. This one's a little bent. I see y'all bending my stuff. So yeah, this is what it looks like. What else is in here? I have some instructions right here. Back side is clear. This is what it looks like. Let's see, anything else? Nope, that is all. Okay, so let's open this up. I'll put it in this bag. And I'm gonna hide this part. But this is the one particular DTF that I had, created from those different images. And this is my logo for my business. Super excited to use it. So, yeah, this is what the back side of it looks like. And then the back side for this. Okay, so here are the DTF transfers that I got from Cricut. So basically what came in the package were these DTF transfers. I showed you in a previous video. I'll have that video linked down below. I showed you me just grabbing these images from Cricut Design Space and just putting them onto almost like a game sheet. And this is my logo that I'm gonna press on a shirt as well. So again, these are Cricut DTFs that I ordered. These are the DTF instructions that came with my order. I did go ahead, they want you to go to their cricut.com/heat guide website. I went there, but I also went to Jiffy just to see how, how they compare to Jiffy as it relates to the heat time and temperature and those things there. So the biggest thing that I noticed is with Jiffy DTFs, the temperature doesn't have to be as high. For Cricut DTFs, the temperature needs to be about 350 degrees. So I'm gonna use the Cricut, temperatures, see how it goes. I am using my HTV Runt Easy Press. I do have this shirt that I got from Walmart. It's a large shirt. It's that athletic brand shirt. And it's a large because it'll be an oversized shirt for me, but I can wear with leggings and things like that. This is the drawstring bag that I have. Now the material of this bag, I'll have to insert it somewhere on the screen here, but I've pressed HTV on these bags before. I've never pressed DTFs on these bags before, so that's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be new for me. I'll also have my Cricut Easy Press mat and a Teflon sheet too. So I'm about to set up my space now, and I'm gonna start with the shirt first because that should be a little bit more easy for me to navigate, and then I will press the drawstring bag. So I just pressed my shirt. I'm gonna let it sit for just a second. I will say, because I only have I guess it's a 9x9 Easy Press mat, part of my design, I wasn't really able to apply even pressure to. I think I'm gonna remove the mat and add in a towel down underneath, a large towel down underneath, just so that I can make sure I'm evenly distributing the heat to my design. Okay, so I have that towel down now on the bottom. Now I'm going to slowly peel away this top part of the transfer. Okay, now I am going to put my Teflon sheet down on top, and I'm going to press for an additional maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, so this is what my shirt looks like. It looks really good, y'all. I can't wait to try it on. I'm gonna add in some footage at the end of this video of me actually wearing this shirt so you can see what it looks like on me. Now I am about to hop over and press the drawstring bags. Okay, so here is my drawstring bag. You can see I have my towel down below. I'm a little concerned about the temperature to press these bags at 350. I don't remember the temperature that I used to press some HTV onto these bags. I don't think I'm gonna press for the full 30 seconds on these bags because I don't want to burn them. As I mentioned before, I will have the material of these bags listed somewhere on the screen. But these are the designs that I'm gonna use. So I'm just gonna take my scissors and cut them separate. And I'm gonna place them just, you know, in no strategic order, but just place them how I want them. Before I do that though, I am going to press my bag just to get the wrinkles out. Okay, and I can already tell right off the bat, just from that little press that I did, that 350 may be too high for these bags. And again, I need to check the Cricut website to determine the correct temperature. But for right now, I'm gonna take it down to 315 degrees. Okay, so I went on the Cricut website and I did not see a temperature for like a nylon bag. I believe that's what this is, like a nylon or polyester or something like this. I did take the temperature down to 280 degrees. This is a trial for me, so if it comes out horribly wrong, just know that this was a trial. I took the temperature down because I feel like it's always easier to apply more pressure or more, you know, apply more pressure, also, you know, increase the temp, as opposed to testing it for the first time and having it on a high temp and completely running the bag. So right now, if I wanted to, I could, you know, just try to lay these and press them all at the same time. I think I'm gonna do them one at a time. So I'll do this one down at the bottom first. Gonna cover this, cover it with the Teflon sheet as well, and just press down. I'm gonna do for 10 seconds and see how that works. Okay, it looks good, y'all. It looks good. Okay, gonna try to peel away. Oh my goodness, that looks so beautiful. Okay, I'm so glad I took the temperature down. And yeah, it looks really cool. Also, I'm glad that I decided to use this Teflon sheet just to create an additional barrier between the Teflon or the actual bag. So let's press the next design. Okay, and rookie mistake, guys. I should have cut that bottom part off. There was a line that was down here. I should have cut it off, and as you can see, this is what happened. It's okay though, it's okay. It'll be okay. So finally, making sure I don't have any lines around my design, gonna place this down how I want it, cover it back up, and press. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit for just a second. Please don't make that same rookie mistake like I did. And I actually know better than to do that, but you know, in the moment, sometimes you make those mistakes. This is just a test drawstring bag as well. I may end up gifting this to like a nephew or one of my nieces. So yeah, I think it looks really good. So let's peel this off. Look at that. Oh my goodness, I'm super excited. So yeah, I have my drawstring bag here, and I also have my InsideOutlined shirt here. So yeah, just filling the DTF. It feels like normal DTF that I've ordered from like Jiffy and Ninja Transfers. It feels really good. It feels so smooth too. I'm super excited that Cricut is offering this now. I do believe that they probably use like a third party to print their DTFs, which is fine because my package shipped from, I think, Pennsylvania or something, and it could have been, you know, based on where I'm located. I'm located in the Dallas, Texas area, but you know, sometimes based on where the distributor is located, it may be easier to ship it from one part of the country as opposed to another part of the country. Cricut, the company, is actually based in Utah. So that's what made me think that they probably use a third party to print the DTFs. But overall, this looks so good. It looks really, really good. Like I said, I'll probably give these to my nieces or one of my nieces and I'm sure she's gonna love it. But yeah, that's my review of ordering Cricut DTFs through Cricut Design Space. If you all have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Thanks for watching.